Okay, so okay, so boys, in our previous class, that means in our yesterday's class, we have learned about Boyle's law. Okay, we have learned about Boyle's law. And what is Boyle's law? Boyle's law is at constant temperature, the pressure of a fixed amount of gas varies inversely with volume. This, okay, so varies inversely with volume. So this we have learned, and we have also learned the formula for Boyle's law become P1 V1 is equals to P2 V2 at constant temperature, obviously. At constant temperature, and amount will be fixed. So on the basis of this formula, we will now solve these two problems. Now the first problem is, see, a balloon is filled with hydrogen. A balloon is filled with hydrogen at room temperature. It will burst if pressure exceeds to 0.2 bar. If 1 bar pressure gas occupies 2.27 liter volume, up to what volume can the balloon be expanded? So what is the formula for Boyle's law? P1 V1 equals to P2 V2. So first we have to write down the formula, that is P1 V1 equals to P2 V2. Okay, so what is P1? That is pressure 1. Pressure 1 will be 1 bar. See, pressure 1 is 1 bar. What is volume? 2.27 liter. What is V2? V2 we have to calculate. What is P2? See, it will burst if pressure exceeds 0.2 bar. So it will be P2, that is 0.2 bar. And V2 we have to calculate. Okay, V2 we have to calculate. So for how we can calculate V2? V2 is equal to P1 V1 by P2. P1 V1 by P2. P1 is what? 1 bar. V1 is 2.27 liter. And P2 is 0.2 bar. Clear? Mohanjit Shomallo?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Then we have to do the calculation. So after the calculation, we'll get 11.35 liter volume. Okay, 11.35 liter volume. So that means up to what volume can the balloon be expanded? So it can be expanded till 11.35 liter. Okay, it should be less than 11.35 liter, because if it is 11.35 liter becomes, then the balloon will burst. So we can expand the volume less than 11.35 liter. Okay, this problem clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now next is a same type of question. A vessel of 120 ml capacity contains a certain amount of gas at 35 degrees centigrade and at 1 bar pressure. Okay, the gas is transferred to another vessel of volume 180 ml at 35 degrees centigrade. What would be its pressure? So this problem we will also solve by Boyle's formula, Boyle's law. So Boyle's formula is what? P1 V1 equals to P2 V2. Okay, what is P1? P1 is 1.2 bar. V1 is 120 ml. Okay. Next is P2 is not given. We have to calculate. V2 is 180 ml. Here temperature is constant. See, in both the cases, temperature is given 35 degrees centigrade. That means temperature is constant. So obviously we can easily put the value in this formula. So we have to calculate P2. P2 will be P1 V1 by V2. So it will be 1.2 into 120 divided by 180. So if we do the calculation, we'll get the value of 0.8 bar pressure. We'll get the value 0.8 bar pressure. Okay. So what would be its pressure? Its pressure will be 0.8 bar. Clear, Mohanji Chomallo?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now this will be your homework. This question will be a homework. A sample of gas occupies 10 liters under pressure of 1 atmosphere. What would be its volume if the pressure is increased to 2 atmosphere? So here is also, this is V1 and is 1 atmosphere is P1. This is P2. You have to calculate P2. I'm just giving you the hints. Okay. P1, V1 is given, P2 is also given. You have to just calculate V2. So can you do it at home?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now we are going to learn Charles' law. Okay. Charles' law. It is temperature, volume, relationship. Temperature, volume, relationship. Okay. So scientists Charles and Gay-Lussac, okay, both the scientists perform, actually they are perform several experiments on gas. Okay, so they are doing those experiments to improve the hot air balloon technology. That time hot air balloon was famous, and to improve the technology, hot air balloon technology, they performed several experiments. Okay, and one of their investigation it was showed that for a fixed amount of gas, okay, for fixed amount of gas, mass of the gas is also being fixed. Okay, at constant pressure, that means mass of the gas fixed. Okay, pressure P is also constant. It was found that, okay, the volume of gas V increasing with increasing in temperature T. That means if temperature increases, volume of the gas also increases. If temperature decreases, volume of the gas also decreases. And they also find that, it was very interestingly, they also find that for each degree rise in temperature, okay, the volume of the gas increased by 1.273.15. the volume of the gas increased by 1.273.15 than that from its original volume. Okay, clear? Then suppose at 0 degree centigrade, one of the gas has volume X. Okay, for 1 degree centigrade, the volume become X plus 1 by 273.15. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's prove it. So suppose if the volumes of a gas at 0 degree centigrade and at T degree centigrade are V0 and Vt. Then we can write it Vt equals to V0 plus T by 273.15. V0 Vt plus T by 273.15 V0. So if we take the V0 in common, so it has become 1 by 1 plus T by 273.15 bracket. Okay, we can take V0 common. Now we can more simplify it. Vt is equal to V0 273.15 plus T divided by 273.15. Okay, this one.
Yes, ma'am.
This is one of the forms of Charles' law. And from this formula, okay, from these forms, we can get a new scale of temperature. Okay, we'll get a new scale of temperature, and that scale is known as Kelvin scale temperature. This is known as Kelvin scale temperature. Okay, for Kelvin scale, T, that means capital T, sorry. Capital T is equal to 273.15 plus T, where T0 at 0 degree centigrade temperature will be, that means T0 will be 273.15. It is also Kelvin, it is also Kelvin. Okay, so this scale is also known as Kelvin scale temperature or absolute scale temperature. So when we are representing any temperature in Kelvin, suppose 373 Kelvin, so we have to write 373 capital K. We will not use any over here any degree centigrade sign. Okay, so this new scale is known as Kelvin scale or absolute temperature scale. Now, next is we will now more simplify the Charles law. So we can write Tt is equal to 273.15 plus T, and we can write T0 equals to 273. Okay, 273.15. So put this value over here in this equation. So it is become Vt equals to V0 Tt by T0. So we can write, if we more simplify it, Vt by V0 equals to Tt T0. Now, if we can make the equation more generalized. We can write it like this: V2 by V1 equals to T2 by T1. V2 by V1 equals to T2 by T1, or V1 by T1 equals to V2 by T2. So that means V by T equals to constant, equals to K2. So we can write V equals to K2T. As K2 is constant, we can say that V proportional to T. That means when volume increases, temperature is also increases. When volume decreases, temperature is also decreases. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we can say that pressure, when pressure remaining constant for a fixed mass of a gas, the volume of a fixed mass of a gas is directly proportional to its absolute temperature. Okay, so when pressure is constant for a fixed mass of gas, volume is directly proportional to its absolute temperature. Now we will draw the scale for absolute temperature. See, obviously this is x-axis, this is this is y-axis, this is x-axis. Okay, this is 0 degrees centigrade, this is 100, then 200, then 300, this side minus 100, minus 200, here minus 273. Minus 273. Now, if we put the curve, Charles' law is what? Charles' law is volume proportional to T. If temperature increases, volume increases. So this side is temperature, and obviously this side is volume. Okay, this side is volume. Now, if we draw the curve, here this curve shows that see, this curve shows that if temperature increases, volume also increases. Okay, if temperature increases, volume increases. These are the values at temperature. Now, if we put the gas at the back, okay, it is comes at 0. It comes at 0 at 273. Okay, it comes at 0 at 273. That means volume becomes 0 at 273. This minus 273 is actually the absolute zero temperature. This minus 273 is known as absolute zero. It was found that, and that means minus 273 Kelvin. Okay, this is the Kelvin scale. In the Kelvin scale, this is 0. In Kelvin scale, minus 273 degrees centigrade in Kelvin scale equals to 0. So that means at this temperature, the gas, the volume of all the gases becomes 0. This is a hypothetical view. So at minus 273 degrees centigrade, the volume of all the gases becomes 0. and this is known as absolute zero. How the volume becomes zero, you can see. What is the formula for Charles' law? See, V equals to Vt equals to V0. Vt is equal to V0. It is become 1 minus 273 by 273. Okay, 273, 273, volume becomes zero. So that's why it is known as absolute zero temperature, where all the gases volume become zero. Clear till this much, boys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and all the gases actually obeys Charles' law at very low pressure and high temperature. All the gases obey Charles' law at very low pressure and high temperature. All the gases obeys Charles' law at very low pressure and at high temperature. Clear? This is also a very important point, very much important point you need to remember. So Charles' law clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now next we will learn Gay-Lussac's law. Okay. Now our next topic is Gay-Lussac's law. Gay-Lussac's law. Gay-Lussac's law is actually pressure temperature relationship. Pressure and temperature relationship. Okay. So actually pressure, pressure in well inflated tires of any car you can see, or any bike or any bicycle, it's almost remain constant, right? If they not remain constant, you cannot drive that cycle, bike properly. Yes or no? In the tire, in the inflated tire, the pressure is always remain constant. Okay, but sometimes in the summer days, it has been found that for an inflated tires where pressure is remain constant, the gas pressure is remain constant, sometimes pressure the tire burst. In the winter, it was find someone can find that the pressure in the inflated tires become considerably low. In the cold morning, they find that the pressure in the tires become considerably low. Why this has happened? So Gay-Lussac actually find an experiment, and from the experiment he said that at constant volume, at constant volume, for a fixed mass of a gas, at constant volume, for a fixed mass of a gas, the pressure of the gas is directly proportional to the temperature. Pressure, that is P, of the gas directly proportional with the temperature. That means we can say that P proportional to T when V and mass of the gas constant. So we can say that P by T equals to constant equals to K3. Okay. Clear? That means when temperature increases, pressure is also increases. When pressure is decreasing, then temperature is also decreases. Understood properly? Gay-Lussac's law? Manoji?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's see the graph for that. Graphical representation of Gay-Lussac's law. Okay, this side is temperature. Yeah, 0, 100, 200, 300, 400. Here is the pressure. Now, if we draw the line, okay. Now here, V1 is greater. That means if temperature is rises, volume is also rises. So when pressure is okay, so pressure versus temperature, this graph is also known as isochord. Okay, so this is pressure, temperature, this is the various volume of gas. Clear? Gay-Lussac's law?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what did we learn today? We learned today, at first we learned Charles' law. That means for a fixed amount of gas, if at constant pressure, volume increases with the increase in temperature, and the volume is increasing by 1 by 273.15 by 1 degree rise in temperature. This thing we learn today, and then we learn Gay-Lussac's law, that is at constant volume for a fixed mass of a gas, pressure of the gas is directly proportional with the temperature. If pressure increases, then temperature is also increases. Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.